Got my fingers crossed. Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Have a little bit of unstable internet, I guess, this morning. I went live and it was flashing, finished video, unstable, or something like that. Anyway, I ended the video and now I'm back. I'm just going to see if anybody's here with me. How are you doing? We have cloudy, overcast day, kind of chilly, you know, just your typical winter day here in Calgary. It is February 6th, 2024. If you're watching the replay, hello, thank you for joining me. Hello, Margaret from Virginia. Hi, Rebecca. Good morning, good afternoon, I should say, to you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Krista. Good morning, everyone. We have another Kathy joining us from Florida. Hello, Linda. Good morning to you. Thank you all for those comments yesterday. I missed them, of course, because my camera was above me when I was demonstrating. It was a Monday. I printed my weekly code sheet that stays on my desk, and I didn't put the code on there. I put the date and I put the month for the week, but forgot to put the code. Stuff that happens, right? So thank you for letting me know. Thanks for the heads up. I got that fixed. I did reply to you. So if you were looking for my host code, I did send you a reply yesterday. Thank you all for your orders. I appreciate you so, so much. Yesterday was a super busy day. Did the video. Then I prepped. I had my friend over. We prepped and right until like 4 p.m. yesterday. And I posted a reel. She didn't want to be on it with me, of course, but I don't want you to think that I do that myself. I did have a helper with me yesterday, helping me, my wonderful friend, and it's such a great feeling to have all of that done. So it was fun I love laying all the card pieces out on the table and then just, you know, taking the picture and the video of all of it, because it looks so pretty together, right? When you see all the cards on the table like that with the designer series paper and the ribbon and the embellishments. All of my club members get all of those things. The only thing they need to provide, of course, is the stamps and the ink, right? And if they don't have the feature of the bundle feature of the month, they are free to substitute with whatever they have at home. Same thing goes true for my weekly cards that you can get when you purchase with the host code that you see on the screen. You can use whatever you have at home. You don't have to use hot air balloons. Well, I mean, of course you're going to, right? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I polished my nails, guys. It's just a little something I did sitting here this morning, of course. Everything is morning for me. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, everything I do, you can substitute whatever stamps and ink you have at home. But of course, you're going to want the hot air balloons because they are stunning. Yesterday, I prepped perennial lavender. Thank you all to everyone that ordered with me last week. For that one, I've got that one. I have one extra kit. So if you saw those cards last week and you're like, oh, I missed out, I do have one extra kit. So let me know if you want it. I can pop that in the mail for you. All of my weekly card kits, there's 5 of them. They are free with your minimum $60 order when you use the host code. So that's how that works. Keep it really simple. Place an order for whatever you want. You can order the feature of the month, of the week, the bundle of the week, or you can order extra whatever it is you need. You might need envelopes, you might need adhesive, you might need cardstock. We always need something, right? This is a replenishable hobby. We're always using up paper and cardstock and DSP. Thank you for your comments, you guys. Thank you so much. I love that you give me your feedback. Thank you, Jenny from Kentucky. So awesome, you guys. Thank you for being here. I have another fun, really bright and cheerful card to share with you today using the hot air balloons. This is, I'm using the hot air balloons bundle, but it's a suite. I think you should get the entire product suite because you're going to want everything. You're going to want the twine, you're going to want the bling, you're going to want the paper, and of course the bundle. So I'm using it all this week. The other thing I want to mention is in my card kits that you get from me, I don't do the die cuts for like the hot air balloons. I won't be doing those die cuts, but I give you cardstock and you can cut with your own. So the idea is you're supposed to have the bundle to be able to complete these cards. Now, when you get a piece of cardstock in your package from me, I'll share with you what that's going to look like when we flip the camera. Let's just flip the camera and get started, and I'll share with you as we go I just want you to know what things are going to look like when you get your packages, okay? All right, let's go. Hi, France. You've ordered it? Yes, this is a great one, France. You're going to love this bundle. It's really pretty, really cheerful, and I'm super excited to share these cards with you. Okay, here we go. We're going to flip my camera and point you down here at my work surface, and there is the host code in bold. I don't know, you guys. It was a Monday yesterday. It was a Monday. Thankfully, it was a good Monday. It was a productive Monday, so that's always good, right? No bad stuff happened, you know, so got to be grateful for that. First time in several days being able to watch you live. Thank you, Lynette, for coming back. Appreciate you being here. So here we are. We've got lighter than air. We're going to play with, if you missed me yesterday, I introduced my bundle of the week is going to be, I might as well say it's a suite of the week, but really you only have to spend a minimum $60 order to get my cards in the mail if you're from Canada. And you know what? The bundle itself is $62. So if you don't want to get the paper or the twine, I can't imagine why you wouldn't, but missing Jen. Oh yes, I did hear from her this morning. She had an appointment. I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. But anyway, that's why she's not here with us today, but she definitely watches the replay, guys, and I'll give her a heads up that you guys missed her again today. We love our Jen, my friend Jen. Yes, I love her too. I appreciate her for all of her help. Okay, so we're playing with lighter than air. The entire suite is $102.25. Qualifies you for a level 1 celebration item. Bump that up to $120. You're going to get 2 level 1s. How do I order card kits if I have the stamps and dies? Easy, Linda. You can order whatever you want. When you use this host code, it doesn't matter to me what you order. You order whatever you need in your craft room, right? As long as your order totals $60 before your shipping and tax, and you use this code. This code is what is a unique code that tells me that you want my kits, but I do ask that you send me a quick email. Thank you to everybody who sent me emails last week. Well, send me a quick email at rosecoleman@shaw.ca and say, hey, just a heads up, I placed my order and with your host code, and I would like to receive these card kits in the mail. Okay, so that's how that works, Linda. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. But the host code is the unique to this week for Hot Air Balloon. Okay, so I'm using thick basic white for my card today. And we're just going to bring in the trimmer, and we're going to cut that one to be 4 1/4 by 11 again. And we're going to do the same kind of side opening card as we did yesterday. And we're going to turn and score at 5 1/2. All right, so there we have our simple card base using thick basic white. I love thick basic white. I'm going to reinforce that score line. Now from the paper, the lighter than air 6x6 paper, I'm going to bring in this gorgeous diagonal striped rainbow paper, and we're going to cut this to be 4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to cut 4-inch first. And then we get that 2-inch strip that I'll use on another card. And then I'm going to turn it. I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. And then we're also going to hold on to this little piece that we cut off because I'm going to use that on the inside of my card. So here is my card base, or my card front layer. So we're going to pop this right on here. Look how beautiful the paper is. I mean, it's so easy. It just almost feels like a crime that it's so easy to work with this. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue here to the outside, and we're going to put this on with just a little bit of a border all the way around like that. Now, while I've got my glue out and I've got this piece here, I might as well just go ahead and put the glue on here and put that on the inside because I said that's what I was going to do with it. So let's just do that, and then it's done, right? All done. And we'll stamp the inside in a second, or in a few minutes when I get there, but we'll put that right there, and that's ready to go. Got a little glue there. Let's see, let's bring in my chamois cloth. I love the chamois cloth. This comes with the Glass Mat Studio. If you haven't signed up yet, if you're not a demonstrator, oh my friends, I welcome you to join my team if you're from Canada. That's a Stampin' Up! Rule. To be from Canada, you can join my team. You'll get this glass mat that you see on my work surface, as well as the chamois cloth. Now it doesn't come in this case, but you can order a package of those with your demo ID, get everything 20% off, right? When you're a demonstrator, you're going to get that. There's 3 parts. And the other part is this silicone mat. I love, love, love this silicone mat. It is fantastic for using I like to use it as, what did I call it a couple of weeks ago? Like a charcuterie board. You could put your die cuts and your dies and little pieces here and be ready to go, and things are not going to fall on the floor. You'll have it all organized in one spot. So those are the pieces, the 3 parts of your glass mat studio. They call it a studio. Okay, so we've got this. Now in your kit, you're going to receive, I'm going to go ahead and die cut this now on camera, but from the Scallop Contours dies. These dies are from the annual catalog, the big catalog, and they coordinate with the Color and Contours stamp set, and it's amazing. I have used these for a few years now since I've owned them. I hope they don't retire in May when we get a new annual catalog. I'll be holding on to these because I use them all the time. So these here coordinate with the stamps, but what I'm going to use is one of these scallop rectangles. This one right here. It has the line stitching on the inside. So I'm going to put that onto my white cardstock, and we're going to cut a layer. Now this will be included in your kits this week because it's not a part of Hot Air Balloon. This is an extra die. So if I use anything on my cards that is extra, that's outside of my weekly promo or my weekly feature, then I will send that to you because I don't expect you to buy both, right? All I expect you to do is just do your minimum 60. You can buy both. You can spend more. A lot of people do spend more, especially during celebration. They want all the free stuff, right? So, but never worry. This one will already be cut and it will be in your kit. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Love, love, love that. Now, I also have, let's do some more. No, we're going to do some stamping first. I got to stop and think here. What order do I want to do things in? So in your kit, you're going to have a scrap piece of white, and you're going to have a scrap piece of Flirty Flamingo, okay? Now in your kit, you're going to notice that my pieces that have to be, something has to be done with them, are going to have the corners removed. If you see something like this in your kit from me, you're like, oh, that's for stamping and cutting, or that's for scrap, or that's for die cutting. So in your kit this week, you're going to have a white like that and a Flirty Flamingo like that, because I expect you to use your own hot air balloon dies, okay? So these dies right here is what I'm referring to. So we're gonna cut out one of these little hot air balloon baskets out of the Flirty Flamingo. So you'll have your own little piece of Flirty Flamingo, and you just grab your die and cut that out. Then we're gonna bring in from the stamp set, we're gonna bring in, let me show you the front. The 2 dies I used, the 2 stamps I used yesterday, we're going to use those. We're going to use this one, the couple of greetings, and let's get started on that. So the color scheme that I'm going to use, let's move my pieces off to the side. So we're going to die cut this in just a second. I'll just lay it over here. And we're going to do some stamping on our scrap piece right here. And the colors that I'm going to bring in are Azure Afternoon. I love this blue color. It's so pretty. And we're going to bring in Flirty Flamingo. So let's open up the Azure Afternoon. And I'm so aware that I'm wearing a white sweater, so I'm going to pull my sleeves up. I don't want any accidents. All right, so let's get the large part of our balloon. Okay, so no, you know what? I'm not using the same balloon as yesterday. I'm going to use this one right here, this big one. Now, I got it on a block already. So yesterday I used these 2 together and we did a double stamp, right? Today I'm going to use this one down here, the big one. Now the big one has lots of options. You can do the middle with this one, or you can do the middle with these 2, or you can also cut the pieces out. So you can use this die and cut that little wedge, that little, I don't know what you would call that shape, but that shape for the balloon, you can cut it out with that. You could do a decorative edge. There's so many possibilities with these dies. You're definitely going to want to have these dies. Okay, so I'm going to do my stamping. So we're going to start off with Azure Afternoon. Get it nice and inked up here. And then we're going to stamp that onto my basic white. Let's go back in. I can see through the stamp that it's not quite as dark as I wanted it. Okay. Stamp down on your scrap piece of paper. Boom, we got that. Now we're going to bring in the wide stripes. So there's going to be some stripes here in the center part of the balloon. So the wide stripes I'm going to stamp with Flirty Flamingo. All right, so Flirty Flamingo, and we'll just ink up the stripes, and you can tell by the stamp, the way it bends, that, and you can just hover over this space, and then when you're happy with it, just press down. So there we've got our 4 big stripes, and then I'm going to bring in my next color is Fresh Freesia, all the fun colors in this bundle. And we're going to grab the 3 stripes, and we're going to tap, tap, tap on the Fresh Freesia, and we're going to hover over the gaps here, and we're just going to stamp straight down, and straight up. Look at that. I mean, that is the beauty of photopolymer right there, right? Like you can totally do this in no time at all. And then, of course, when we bring in our dies, we do have a die that matches this shape. So this is what you'll do at home on your scrap paper. You'll stamp your images. And if you don't have the exact same colors, you can change it. You can totally change it up to whatever you have. All right, so we're going to cut that. So let's grab our mini boss. And then my scrap piece of Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to cut out one of the baskets for my hot air balloon. And I'm going to grab some, you can either grab washi tape or a Post-it note. Let's just grab a Post-it note today. So you can get these Post-it notes at any dollar store. You can use these to hold your dies down. So you want to put your die on your image, lay your Post-it note right over top, and we can put it on this one too and hold it down. And then we can bring in our Stamp Cut and Emboss machine, our mini boss, and we're going to put this through. So for the mini boss, my layer, I like to use my gray plates. So there's my gray plate number 3. I have a plate number 2, and then we're going to put our hot air balloon and our basket. Now, when I cut this piece, did you notice it fit on my mini boss as well? So the mini boss really does pack a punch. I use mine all the time, as you can tell by the cuts in my cutting plates. I use mine a lot. All right, so just put your top plate on and guide it into the machine. I like to use my thumb. I call this my yoga move, where I nudge it with my thumb, and then I lift up my thumb and hold on to the top with my fingers. It's like a little bit of hand yoga, but it works, right? Okay, so now let's swipe all of this onto my glass mat and see what we've got. Okay, so let's remove the Post-it notes. Here we go. You can hold on to those. Sometimes I like to take them and stick them on the top of my handle of my machine and reuse them because they're still really sticky. So you don't need to waste them. So stick them there and they'll be ready for your next run. Okay, so now these are my scrap pieces. Put my dies back on my magnetic sheet, and these are going to go together. But the easiest way I have figured out for myself anyway to put this basket on the bottom of the balloon is to just take, you could take a couple of glue dots, or you can take a little tiny piece of your tear and tape and add that to the bottom of the balloon. You could do liquid glue too, but it might get a little bit messy. So I'm just using some Post-it note tape here, like that. And then I'm just going to take that, not Post-it note tape, what did I say? Tear and tape. Tear and tape. That's a Stampin' Up! Product. That's one thing you could put in your cart today, tear and tape, to get yourself to $60. There's so much. Here we go. We can just take this, we're going to lay that down and pick up the basket just like that. There we go. And then I'm going to flip this over. On the back of my hot air balloon, I'm going to bring in some dimensionals. And let's see, I don't know if a big one will fit. Will it fit? Yes, look at that. Just, oh, can you see it? No, I don't like it. Oh dear. Let's take that off. So the big dimensional, learn from my mistakes. Not a mistake, but you know, I don't want to be able to see my dimensionals. So we're going to grab a mini one. There's a mini dimensional. Put that one down there. And then we can use our big ones up on the actual hot air balloon. I'm going to use 3 up here. I actually think I'll use 4. I'll put 1 right here. And just to make sure that basket does not lose its grip from the tear and tape, I'm going to put 1 right over top like that. Peel off all your backing of your tear and tape or your dimensionals, and then we're going to just set that aside for a second. We're just going to bring in my piece. This is going to be the piece that goes on the front of my card right here, and I'm going to stamp before I stick. Always stamp before you stick, because you don't want, if you make a mistake and it's stuck down, then you've got trouble, right? So always stamp first. Okay, so from the stamp set, there's this long one here, just a note to lift you up. Isn't that fun? I love that. It's such a great one to cheer somebody up. So, a couple of things. You can do stamp surgery, where you could take your stamp and cut it in half with your scissors. But if you're too nervous to do that, you don't want to do that, I completely get it. I understand. So what you can do is take your stamp. I want to make sure mine's clean. And just looking for my chamois. Okay, here we go. Make sure my chamois. Where's my chamois? Okay, here's my chamois. I'm going to make sure my stamp is clean. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure. Just going to stamp on some scrap. Yes, that's clean. All right, so I've got my stamp on there. We're going to use, I want to do half of the stamp in one ink and half in another. So this is my tip for you. If you want to do just half of it, we're going to take the stamp and we're going to just ink up the Just a Note in Flirty Flamingo. So I'm coming here on the edge of my ink pad, and I'm just coming in. Let me hold that close. So I'm just coming in and I'm inking up Just a Note. So I'm like taking a look here, making sure that all the letters are inked up. You could also do this with a Stampin' Write marker, but you can do it just as easy with your ink pad too. So I'm going to stamp that right there. There we go. Then I'm going to bring in Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to come over to this side of my ink pad, to the left side, and I'm going to ink up To Lift You Up. So ever so gently come in here. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. Clean your stamp, because if I stamp that down now, I'm going to get the Just a Note and it's going to have half ink on it and I'm going to ruin my die cut. All right, so make sure you clean your stamp really, really, really well, and then ink up the other half. And test it out on some scrap paper. Make sure, yes, it's clean. Okay, so now let's do that. We're going to come over here to the left side of my Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to ink that up. Tap, tap, tap gently. And then we're going to stamp that underneath. Hold your breath. And boom, look at that. Just a Note to Lift You Up. And they're separated. So I did not cut my stamp. My stamp is solid. It's in one piece. But you can ink it up with 2 different colors that way. Okay, so now I'm going to flip that over, add a little bit of add glue, adhesive, liquid adhesive, my multi-purpose glue, to the back, and we're going to bring back the card front. That's going to sit right here in the center of the card. Like, how easy is this, right? You could whip up a ton of these cards in no time. Okay, so make sure you got it straight. Okay, and then we'll bring in our hot air balloon, and that's going to sit right here on the left-hand side, like so, like that. And then the gorgeous 3-color Baker's Twine 3-color pack has Flirty Flamingo, Lemon Lolly, and Balmy Blue. So I'm going to grab the Flirty Flamingo. And you guys know, did you ever know that I tie the bows for people? I tie the bows for my class attendees and my online people as well when they purchase with me. So when you get your kits, your little bow will be ready to go in your kit. I don't know. I have this thing. I like tying bows. So these will be already tied for you. So here I am making a little bow using that Flirty Flamingo Baker's Twine, holding the knot and just pulling it. You don't want it to be too big, because it's just going to be hanging at the bottom of our little hot air balloon. Down here like this, Okay. And then when you get your little bow in your kit, you just want to grab a glue dot. I like to take your pick tool. You can either take the bow and stick it onto the glue dot, or you can lift up your glue dot with take your pick tool and put your glue dot where you want it on your project. And then you can take your bow and lay it right onto your glue dot. And I'm a little fussy with my bows. I want them to sit a certain way. Okay, so onto the glue dot like that. There we go. And then we can trim that like that. There we go. So beautiful, beautiful twine that comes in a suite. I really think if you're going to buy the hot air balloon stuff, you're going to want all of it because everything matches, right? Stampin' Up! Is so smart. They know what they're doing. You get the baker's twine in the 3 colors, and then let's bring in the candy. Oh my goodness. These are called the rainbow adhesive back dots. Oh my goodness, I love them. So let's grab take your pick tool, and I like to use the putty end. So we're gonna grab the Azure Afternoon. They have Azure Afternoon. Well, I'm calling it Azure Afternoon, but the packaging calls this Balmy Blue, I think. Let me just double check what that says. Let's see the colors in here. So the rainbow, oh no, that is Azure Afternoon. Pardon me. There's Azure Afternoon dots in here. So we're gonna grab a big one right here, and we're gonna put that right there. And we're gonna grab a small Azure Afternoon and put down here. And then I'm gonna grab one of the flirty, I'm just looking, yeah, it's Flirty Flamingo. Sometimes I want to call it Calypso, but it is Flirty. And we'll put that right up there on the balloon. Isn't that pretty? Love, love, love these bling. It's the candy. It's the candy on your card, right? So now the inside needs a greeting. So let's bring in the stamp set. So the front says, just a note to lift you up. How about we say, hang in there, right? Because if they need to be lifted up, you want to say, hang in there, you got this, I'm with you. Like send a message to someone, right? Just a note to lift you up. Someone you haven't heard from for a while, but you suspect they're struggling with something. You might not even know what it is, right? But anybody can use a lift up. And these hot air balloons and the paper, the gems, and the twine, everything in this entire suite is just amazing, and I love it so, so much, you guys. All right, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that card, and let me just flip you back around without disconnecting you. I had a blast making this card. I can think of a ton of combinations of different colors you could put together to make your balloon, your hot air balloon. You know, even if you don't purchase the DSP, you may have designer series paper at home that you're like, oh, I could use that with the hot air balloons. I could just pull in the colors. Stampin' Up! Is really good at telling us at the back packaging. They have a back sheet on every pack of DSP. They tell you what colors are in there, so you can then pull in your colors and make your own hot air balloon using the stamps. This is the beauty of photopolymer. You can see exactly where you're stamping and make all the different layers and the color combinations that you want, right? Thanks, guys. I see all your comments. Thank you so much. I love this card too. So this week, when you use my host code, you're going to get this package with the same designer series paper. I will cut the rectangle, the scallop rectangle. You'll just need your own hot air balloon bundle. And whatever color combination, if you don't have Azure Afternoon and Flirty Flamingo and Fresh Freesia, no big deal. There's a lot of other colors you can see in the background here. We have Balmy Blue, we have Yo-Yo Yellow. I said that out loud, Yo-Yo Yellow. That is from 21 years ago. That's in the cobwebs of my brain. Okay, I meant, what did I mean? Lemon Lolly. Oh my goodness, you guys. Where's my coffee? I need more. Okay, Lemon Lolly is the yellow that we have nowadays, 21 years later. Oh my gosh. So anyway, what I was trying to say is you can pull in any of these colors and make your own hot air balloon, your custom color. Oh gosh. Anyway, thank you again for watching me. I'm going to turn red now from messing up like that. But anyway, I hope you're laughing with me. I will see you. Thanks, Janet. I'll see you. Do you remember Yo-Yo Yellow, Rebecca? That color came in my starter kit in 2002 when I joined in October 2002. We didn't get to choose our kits back then. The kit, I remember this. The kit was $285 because obviously I got lots of cobwebs back here. $285. We didn't get to pick a single thing. We got what we got, but I didn't care because I didn't have anything. I wanted the starter kit. I had a wish list this long, right? And I was like, how do I get that stuff, without breaking the bank and pulling from my family savings and all of that? I just want to support my hobby. I knew joining there was no obligation. I didn't want to teach classes. I didn't even know about there was no Facebook back then. There was no Facebook Live. There was, none of Zoom or anything like that. I just wanted to start a hobby. And then I knew I wanted all these colors. I'm like, I need all the ink pads. I just can't survive with a black ink pad. I need all the colors. So Yo-Yo Yellow came in my starter kit. I think we got 5 ink pads and like maybe 3 or 4 stamp sets and some paper. And I didn't even have a paper trimmer. My friend Cheryl had to show me how to, with her paper trimmer, how to cut a piece of cardstock in half to start card making. Anyway, when I think back about all that, it just makes me smile. So thank you for being with me today, hanging in with me. I hope you'll come back and join me again tomorrow for my Wednesday card, my 3rd card of the week. Have a great, stamping is very addicting. Yes, Cindy, I agree. It sure is. It is such a therapeutic thing for me to be able to sit by myself, listen to whatever music I want, drink my tea or my coffee, and just have it's total zen for me, right? To be able to sit and make something. And, you hung in there. Yes, I did hang in. It is an addicting hobby, but it's a great hobby. It is such a good hobby that you can fill your bucket, but then you can also give and fill someone else's bucket, right? So what other hobby can you think of? What other addiction can you think of that you can, support your own addiction and then help others? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off the rails here. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow and with another fun card. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.